Yo, I'm gonna waste minimal time getting into this one because I've got a lot of opinions that I want to talk about when it comes to Jeremy Kyle and ITV and a few minor contradictions and a bit of this and that. So you know what? I'm gonna get straight into it. Let's do it.
Early in the morning,
I got the inspiration to do this video because someone that I know texted me saying, listen, have you seen what's going on with Jeremy Kyle? They're cancelling the show after the death, this, that. You made a video on the Love Island thing with Mike Stiff and things like that, so why not talk about this? I thought, you know what? That's a damn good idea. So what I did is I jumped on Instagram stories and I asked everyone what their opinion was on the fact that was ITV right to cancel Jeremy Kyle? Also, what's happening with Love Island and the 2 deaths that have surrounded that show as well. So I'm gonna read out some of the answers. So the question that I put on my story was, what's everyone's thoughts? Was ITV right to ban Jeremy Kyle? So this was kind of mainly Jeremy Kyle here. So one person said, yes, the show is distasteful and poverty porn. Big up Shay, done though. Don't cancel it. Yes, ban Jeremy Kyle, but on that basis you should also ban Love Island. Ban both on none at all. Yes, Love Island 2, far more toxic. Yes, 100%. All I'm saying is Karma's a bitch. He left his wife and kids for another woman years ago. Yes, because they make entertainment out of people's misery. 100%, oh, 1000% they should cancel both. It's an interesting one. People sign up for these shows. You can't really point too many fingers after the fact. Interesting. 1 person in 14 years. Love Island, 2 people in 4 years. Not sure what the logic is. Do we blame the show or do we blame people that would rather air out their business live? This is interesting, you know. 2 people killed themselves from Love Island and it's still renewed? Question mark? Rah. If they ban one, they should ban both. You get the idea. So there's a lot of mixed opinions going on here, but clearly most people are on the side that I actually also agree with. But you know what? I wouldn't mind like talking about some of the opinions that I don't agree with. You know, one person said Love Island didn't make them kill themselves. And they went on the show wanting to get fame and they couldn't handle it. It's not Love Island's fault. I actually disagree with that quite a lot, to be honest, and I did actually reply to that one saying I disagree with it still. You know what? I thought, let's talk about that. So I'm not too sure where your opinions fall in that spectrum, but first and foremost, Jeremy Kyle should have been cancelled a long time ago. A very, very long time ago. The guy is trash. I'm sorry, yeah. Let me not even... Nah, you know what? I'm gonna talk. How much I gotta talk, yeah? He exploits the poorest people in this country for money, for entertainment. He puts these people on his TV show, a TV show that's on air every single day in the daytime, quite like prime spots as well. He puts these people on, he belittles them, he disrespects them, he's downright rude, yeah, and I swear to Lord, if he ever spoke to me like the way he speaks to these people, I'll put him down, I swear I'll put him down like a sick dog, you feel me? Like, it's disgusting. He says, I imagine it, the guy's pointing at you right up to your face here, because he knows he's got big bouncers to the side of him, and he's saying, you are a terrible father, you're a disgusting, look at you, you're this, you're that, and I'm sitting there thinking, who the hell are you? Big man, who are you? Like, to actually talk to me about I'm a bad father and this, that. I was so happy, yeah, when that guy, he dashed that letter in his head.
What? What'd you throw that one away for? It's an envelope. Give me the envelope. You might have heard of cuts on ITV, but you can have the damn envelope if you want it. There you are.
Thank you very
You
much.
could be as good a father as you are envelope collector. The world will be open, world will be open, world will be open, world will be open, world will be open.
Yeah, what?
That was the best scene in the whole of Jeremy Kyle history. I suppose staying focused on the topic at hand, the reason why Jeremy Kyle has cancelled his show is because a bloke basically has come onto the show and he wanted to prove his innocence. I think this is what, don't quote me on this, I think this is the right one, I think this is it. I think he wanted to prove his innocence to his wife or his girlfriend or something like that, to prove that he didn't cheat. I believe the lie detector came back negative. And a week later, before this show has any chance to air, the guy has killed himself. Now, rest in peace to that guy. I didn't know him. Clearly he was in a dark place, and that's you know, to be in that situation is horrific. Now the show, out of respect or whatever they quoted as saying, is no longer going to air that episode, and as a consequence they're actually going to take the show off the air. There's clearly a bit of a discrepancy here in terms of bias towards one show, and whoa, a lack of bias towards the other. We've already established that Jeremy Kyle exploits the poorest people in this country for entertainment and money. He's been doing it his whole life. He's been doing it for a decade, right? Love Island, yeah. I enjoy watching Love Island. I've watched it since series 1. I enjoy it every summer. I look forward to it. But I understand, I look at the bigger repercussions. I'm looking at the wider context. Now, if you're cancelling Jeremy Kyle, yeah, for similar reasons surrounding suicide, mental health, exploiting people on television, etc., etc., then clearly there's some sort of hypocrisy on show here. You've got one television person who is taking their own life from Jeremy Kyle, and within the same week the show has been taken off the air. You've had 2 Love Island cast members take their own life within the space of 6 months. Under about 6 months. Sophie Graydon took her life summer 2018, early 2019 I believe was Mike, and oh, surprise, surprise, Love Island has been renewed for a 5th season or whatever it is this summer. Now, like I said, I enjoy the show. I enjoy it for what it is. It's trash TV and I enjoy it. I'm not gonna go out and buy the brands that they advertise. I'm not gonna go out and do this. I'm not gonna try and get ripped because anybody's on TV try to get ripped, you feel me? I take the show for what it is. But clearly, Love Island makes a lot more money for ITV than Jeremy Kyle does. Both of them exploit people in different ways, and I firmly believe that. Okay, I admit, hands up, Love Island, it's a lot more glamorized, it's a lot more romanticized, okay? There's a lot more opportunities that arise from going on Love Island, for example, than Jeremy Kyle. I get that, it's a lot more glamorized, it is romanticized, it's this beautiful island and you might find love, but more time you'll find fame and endorsements and a career in social media, television. I get that, which is what makes it appealing. If someone said to me, Cam, would you go on Love Island right now? I'd say yeah, because again, I take it for what it is. I would do what I gotta do, I would hopefully make some money and I'd drop off the grid. You feel me? I'll drop off the grid and move into property, for example. But that's because I know I'm not going to be on Love Island. I can probably say that. But let's not get it twisted. Love Island exploits the staff and the cast members way more than you think they do, okay? They sign contracts before they go in there, basically giving a percentage of their earnings to ITV, to the show, because inevitably they're going to be getting endorsements. They're actually going to promote those endorsements in the show. You know, who remembers when they fed Danny the wrong context about Jack when they were in separate houses, and it was taken out of context and she was crying and she was very upset because she felt betrayed. You know, I remember watching Twitter. The whole Twitter sphere was like, Love Island, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be playing with emotions, you know, mental health is a real thing, XYZ. So people are onto Love Island for doing this stuff. Do not get it twisted. People are onto Love Island for doing this stuff. They exploit their members as much as they can. You feel me? And so they build these people up on the platform, they build them up, they create these brands, they make the country and the nation either hate you or fall in love with you, just to then drop you out when your show's finished. If you look back at my Mike video, I make a reference to what Dom said about if you're number one, if you're hot property, the show will push you and push you and push you and protect you and XYZ. But if you're not number one, if you're anyone else, you're nobody. So, you know, and they won't provide you with that support. Now, looking back to some of the things that people were replying and saying, should we really blame the shows? Surely we should look at the people that go on these types of shows, these Jeremy Kyles, these Love Islands. They sign a contract, it's their fault. Okay, to an extent, you're right. You are correct. The person, no one's got a gun to their head and making them sign that. You know, there's benefits to them. However, do not get it twisted, yeah? Do not get it twisted. These shows, and by extension, the TV network itself, ITV, it has a responsibility. You have a responsibility. If you're building these people up, if you're giving these people a platform, you then have a responsibility to make sure that their mental health and what's going on in their head and that they are supported and that they are not feeling alone. Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion. I firmly believe that these shows and these television networks, you can't just drop them out when you're finished with you. And we as an audience are to blame. If this type of stuff was happening to us, or maybe someone we knew, we wouldn't really be so active behind our screens, laughing at people's misfortunes, laughing at, look at them, look at this person, this person on Jeremy Kyle, this is such a Jeremy Kyle person, he's trash, she's this, look at her, she's this, she's that, whatever, yeah? But then when this person kills himself, our empathy then sets in and we're thinking, damn, whose fault is this? When the audience have to take a blame, You know, we're sitting there, Twitter fingers, running our mouths online, saying this, saying that. But this is a person, this is a human that we are directing our insults to. Obviously, we got love in that. You get love in that too. But these people are not just stats. These are real life humans with past, presents, and futures. You know, you feel me? And families. We definitely, as an audience, have to hold our hands up and say, you know what? This is all wrong. But just bringing it back round full circle to Jeremy Kyle. Jeremy Kyle should have been cancelled a long time ago because of Jeremy Kyle doesn't do anything for these people. I know for a fact he doesn't provide any support to the people afterwards, and people will come back on these shows and he will exploit them again. He'll laugh at their face, and because he knows that he's untouchable. It's the Jeremy Kyle show. Man has got a show named after him. He's God in that show, and I'm just. Thank God that show is off the air. And I will be gutted if Love Island meets the same fate, but listen, fair's fair. And you have to be seen to be, your integrity has to be consistent. There has to be consistency. You feel me? So, it's a sticky one still. I don't even know what to suggest, but let me quickly read a message that someone messaged me following what I said on Instagram. I was just talking about this with my cousin. The whole entertainment comes from the audience sitting at home mocking the people on there for being poorly educated, mentally unstable, living in poverty, etc. And that is not nice. It's like a pack mentality. We feel like it's okay to laugh at these people because you're sitting behind a screen behind your TV at home, but if the comments people made were posted on the internet, it's considered to be trolling or bullying, which is not acceptable. The way we receive that as an audience is completely different, and the whole time there's money to be made, they will keep producing it. That's in reference to Love Island. You never see anyone come off Jeremy Kyle with a clothing line and ads on their Insta. And I couldn't agree with you more, and I think that summarizes everything perfectly, because it's we as a society that needs to be looking at ourselves. The ITV and TV broadcasting networks need to be looking at their consistency and the message that they're delivering. Okay, we can cancel this because it's the scum of the country, and it's we were just exploiting them anyway. Yeah, we got a good 10 years, but we can't cancel Love Island because it's the most popular show in the UK when it comes on. It also makes millions in brand endorsements, and millions for the viewing, and millions for their apps, and millions for their Love Island cups, and you feel me? So ultimately, both shows should be cancelled, or none of them should be. Even though I hate Jeremy. Oh my days, I hate Jezza. I hate that guy. I hate him so much, but listen. Ran over. Stay tuned for the next video, and also stay tuned because I've got a couple holidays coming up. I'm in Marbella from the 23rd of May and Vegas from the 5th of June, and I'm going to try and do travel vlogs. When I say travel vlogs, it's just going to be partying vlogs, you feel me? So anyway, stay tuned for them debut videos there, and in a bit.